Hey, this is Eve. I'm live. Author of Detox with Z's, available on Amazon. I just want to talk about self-care. I'm so glad that it has a word now, the word self-care. So awesome. Everybody knows it now. I think even 3 years ago it wasn't a thing. So thank God for social media and all these people who are getting into the self-care revolution. It's really changing lives, and things are really going differently. I think especially for women, as you know, we're raised more than anyone to take care of other people. And what happened in the meantime is that we got depleted, we got tired, we got fatigued, we got depressed, we got suicidal, we got sick, we got stressed, and we got crazy. So if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, and then in the notifications, hit all. And then you can get notified when I come on, and you can come ask me any question, even if it's unrelated to the topic, but has something to do with health, well-being, or detox, hopefully. So I had a very serious chemical sensitivity. I couldn't leave the house for a few years because if ever I left the house, even to go into my hallway, there was going to be some chemical that made me sick. And chemical sensitivity is one of the worst illnesses you can get, I'm pretty sure. Because not only are you sick, you can't go anywhere, you can't really work, you're very limited, and it ruins you can't even be in relationships. You can't go to your holidays, and whenever you get around people, you're just like, you feel awful, and people try to, I remember my sister, I was like, well, you just, or my friends, I would be like, well, just, don't wear any perfume and this and that if you don't mind. But then they would get on and they would have like perfume in their coat from like last week, and that would make me sick. Anyway, I just always want to shout out to my chemical sensitivity people. So I did get well. I was one of the few people that I know of who fully recovered from this. It's a very messed up illness that for me, it involved all of the different systems of my body. So mental, emotional, physical, liver, kidneys, everything, brain, nervous system, lungs. I developed asthma. I don't have asthma anymore. So a lot of what I did, besides tons of detoxing, which took a lot of time, that was self-care. Takes a lot of time to detox and a lot of time to change your foods or whatever it is that you need to change, and to learn about detoxing, because you can't just buy some pill that you see on an infomercial. You're not going to detox that way. Like, you really need a long-term solution. It's like losing weight. You can't just pick one diet or buy some treadmill. You have to somehow get it to work. So like in a day already, I've gone outside walking. Sometimes I go running. It just depends. In nature, grounding. I took my shoes off like a weirdo, but I don't care because it feels good and it really maintains my health. Talk to a squirrel. What else have I done? I've done some abs. I have an abs class that I give on Zoom. You can come. Abs. I did an ice bath because I'm really into ice bath, and I have a little bit of an issue right now that I'm taking care of with some inflammation. And what else? Oh, I meditated, did my visualization, listened to things that I liked, talked to a friend. I did a whole bunch of work too. So I do on a regular basis, I do self-hypnosis, I dance, I work out, I do meditation, and I do prayers. It's really too much. I can't do. I wish I could do it all every day, but I do a lot of it. And it seems like it would take up your whole day, right? But no, what it does is that it gives me so much energy. Oh, I did my red light therapy. Oh, look, this is my red light station. I was eating my lunch in front of my red light. Those are my clothes. I take clothes off to get on the red light. That sidetracked me. Red light. I did my red light because the red light is amazing. It actually gives energy into your body. And it also regenerates cartilage, collagen, reverses Alzheimer. I had a terrible brain injury this year. It's just good for everything. It's good for losing weight, good for your lymphatic system, etc., and on and on. So I do that. These are all the things I do, and you would think like I wouldn't ever get anything done because I'm always just hanging around doing self-care. But what actually happens is that I have like 20 times more energy than I did when I wasn't doing self-care. So even though maybe I'm spending, half the day doing this, the hours that I do work are very extremely productive. And I feel happy, so I can, happiness and energy, these things they go hand in hand. Well-being, health, so then you have the energy to do whatever it is you need to do to get money and well-being and get your stuff done, instead of dragging and dreading it and like, oh. I made a few notes. Why people don't do that? Because so I do consulting, wellness, and I help some people with chemical sensitivity and other chronic illnesses. And usually people don't get well, and I know why, because I've worked with them. And basically I tell them something really simple, because I don't sell pills, because there's no pill that's going to really do much for your life. I mean, there's pills that might help, but it's not going to be like a cure-all like is advertised. So, but there's a lot of really easy things you can do, but there are things that take a little effort. I think one, people just don't believe how easy it is to feel amazing and to heal your body. I think that's the number one. And number two, people don't want to spend that money on themselves. I mean, even though a lot of the stuff is free, like grounding, but they don't want to spend that time or that money. Oh no, I can't. I got to take my daughter here. I got to take my daughter there. Oh, my husband this, my husband that. Oh, I can't afford it. I don't have any money. But the thing is, some of the things that I've ever suggested, like I suggest to everyone to get that red light. And it cost me some money. You can get a small one, I think, for $250, but that one cost me like $1,000. But I paid $90 a month for however many months, and it was a few years ago. Best thing I ever did. And I am not in the rich of my friends. So all my other friends and people that I know, people that could easily just buy it outright, no, I can't do that. It's too expensive. And then I had a friend who got one, but then she didn't want to use it because she was afraid of cat hair getting in it. You're like, no, this is for you. It's not going to get ruined, for one thing, but who cares? Like, you use it now, because this woman couldn't get off the floor with her back problem. She did buy one, and now she's off the floor. And also happier. This thing totally heals depression. I don't know in every single case, but it's hard to be in a bad mood after you've been in that for a while. So it's that we don't think we're worth it, and that we're trained to just take care of other people and to deny our own selves, like there's something inside. No, I couldn't buy that for myself. My mom is having some issues with some food. I'm like, Mom, you do this just for a week and see if you feel better. Oh, they get like, she's in a place where they have like meals provided. So she's just want to miss all those meals, although she can totally afford it. It's just it's a mindset, like, Mom, just take all the money you need to get yourself well. Number one, number one is your health. She's having quite a serious problem that's inconveniencing her life very much, a gastro thing. The first thing is to feel well. And once you get that, you're going to totally heal. I believe that. Once you get that you just can get well, and you just have to do whatever it is you need to do to get well. And it might involve weird stuff like grounding, going outside, relaxing, meditating, doing yoga, working out, getting a divorce, whatever it is. You do that self first, your self-preservation, you're going to get well. You're going to see that the body is going to get into healing mode. Once the body starts healing itself, it just keeps healing and getting better and better. You don't have to accept any illness if you don't want it. People have healed from everything, and they've written a lot of books about it. So you just, when I had MCS, I was like, I Googled every day, cure MCS, cure MCS. I need to put that in my hashtags. I never do it because people, you know, they get upset when you say, oh, cure my MCS. Oh, it's incurable. Blah. No, it's curable. I cured it. So you can heal any illness if you just make up your mind to and put yourself first. But a lot of people, it's a mindset that won't let them put themselves first. And that's why they do not get well, because they think, well, I don't have time because I'm so busy taking care of everybody else. Or I don't have time because I have this important career. The thing is, if you're sick, I mean, your career, you know, it will go away eventually if you get sicker and sicker. So it just depends. You know, there's a lot of other stuff done along the way, all that Louise Hay, all that spiritual stuff and the mind-body stuff, and there are all different kinds of healing. It's like any kind of healing, I'll do it, you know. Energy healing, all kinds of healing. You just take the time for yourself and go do it. And it's pretty fun. That's the thing, is like, it's enjoyable and you feel good, you know, you feel great. And why else don't people do it? I think that's really it. There's just a resistance to take care of oneself. Oh, I was remembering my friend, right? Okay, I'm going to get like stem cell therapy on my back. I was assaulted in my gym and I had a very bad brain injury and I have a spine injury. And although, you know, it's not something awful like a lot of people have, for me it's awful and I don't want it. So I'm going to go do this stem cell thing. But stem cells also good for reversing rheumatoid arthritis. And I have a friend who, she's very young for rheumatoid arthritis. She has rheumatoid arthritis. She said, oh no, even in the red light she couldn't get, oh no, I can't spend the money on that. But she has a man that buys her stuff. And I was like, well, get Jim to do it. No, but Jim paid like $17,000 vet bill one time, and many other bills like that. Many vet bills. Like, she can take care of the animals, but she can't take care of herself. And she could totally reverse it with this. Most people don't believe it, but there are studies from the NIH and from Harvard. Like, how resistant do you have to be? Like, come on, people, get well. It's so doable. No, I don't have the money, because I was like, she'd get stem cells and she'd be reversed. She's a great artist and a very active, cool person. And she's have a hard time drawing and stuff because of her rheumatoid arthritis. So, and just, you know, I mean, her dog was sick, had cancer. Her dog, of course, died anyway. And that was just one bill of $17,000. So just really stop to think. If you think you can't afford something, just really, maybe in a meditation, see, can you really, you know, or is it that you don't think you're worth it, or you don't want to burden anyone, or you feel like uncomfortable doing things for yourself, or you don't want to take the time because you want to be the perfect mom. And guess what? The perfect mom is not a sick woman who's laying on the couch. You know, the perfect mom is somebody who takes care of herself. And then the children learn that. They're like, oh my God, look at my mom. She's taking care of herself and now she feels great. I mean, pretty much everybody wants a mom or a dad that feels good. People do not want you to sacrifice yourself for them unless they are bad people. And they are certainly everywhere. But, you know, your kids aren't bad. Not yet. So do it for yourself. And a lot of people are in abusive relationships, and people do not, and they get so much drilled into their head. Oh, well, you are so selfish. You know, you shouldn't do that. All you ever do is think about yourself. You know, if you have somebody in your life like that, just pray them out, whatever. I don't know, whatever you got to do. But it's not acceptable. And if you do have somebody like that, but you still love them, they're a great person otherwise, just don't need to listen. It's not true. You're not a bad person. You're not taking up. I grew up like that. You know, like I was just I used to feel guilty for breathing, literally. Like I was making the world a worse place. So I have to be serving everybody and be good all the time. But anyway, I could never pull that off. But let's see. So another problem is that people do not know how to motivate themselves. That's why there's tons of millions of coaches. That's why there's tons of self-help books. That's why there's a good book called You're Badass at Habits by Jen Sincero. I like the book. Like I already know most of the stuff and I already do it. So it's not my favorite book. But You're a Badass at Making Money, it is. Because that's how I have not mastered quite yet. I'm getting close. But anyway, it's about how to have habits and how to be successful. Like I've already hacked that out of myself and I do help other people to hack it. I do consulting. I got all my links below. But basically what people do, the average person, say they want to lose weight or say they want to do red light. I'm going to do a meditation every day. Okay. Yeah. They'll be like, okay, I'm going to do an hour or even a half an hour. But what they really need to do is like 2 minutes or 5. And then when they do it, they need to not think about it and judge themselves. So many people are like, am I doing it right? What's this? People's brains are just going crazy, like getting upset over the stupidest thing. But it's just 5 minutes. Like, and you have to learn how to pat yourself on the back and be like, good job, and make it easy. Because if you make something too hard, then you don't want to do it because nobody wants to do something hard. I mean, unless you're that kind of person who likes to do something hard. And then in that case, do an hour a day. But generally, most people like to work up to it and they don't want to do something too hard in the beginning. So learn ways to motivate yourself. That is exactly the same as getting well. It's like you troubleshoot and you look around, you get the information you need until you find out how you tick and how to motivate yourself. I have to go really easy on myself because I'm very resistant. I think most people are resistant. I work with a lot of people. You just got to go so easy, you know, like, so I do an 8-minute abs program. You can join. You can get your abs in amazing shape. But people are like, well, 8-minute abs, I can't do any of that. And it's just like, you know what? This is what I would say to myself. I say to somebody else, is like, you know what? Everybody's in a tiny square. We're on the Zoom. Like, nobody's watching you. And if you only do 1-minute abs and tweet for 7 minutes, that's totally valid. At least you did 1-minute abs. So like kind of gently going in the right direction. And then when you get the positive feedback of how good you feel really quickly, then you just get up, do abs. Like, I mean, I love doing it. I could do 20 minutes. So it's all about how to motivate yourself and how to get the best out of yourself. That's how you're going to get well. That's how you're going to feel good. And that's how you're going to accomplish anything that you want to, is just by finding a path to it. You know, I have a friend, my childhood friend is doing abs with us. I convinced her. I don't know, you know, and I was like, well, nobody's watching and people feel very self-conscious. People have a lot of reasons why they don't want to do something. You just have to not think of the reasons why you don't and just think of the reason why you do and then make it as easy as possible. I can't remember what I said that convinced her. It was something though. I had another one. So I could send out a WhatsApp message like 15 minutes before and just to, you know, for everyone. So I just help people get like the habits. So I'm like, well, you know what I do on my phone is I just put a song 15 minutes before, usually it's like a pump up, like victory song of some kind that makes me feel like, yeah, I'm going to do this. And that's like the warning. And then put a 5-minute mark. It's good to have other people to do stuff with. That helps a lot. That's a major motivator, is accountability and socializing and just getting the habit of it has to be this time every day. Like that's the reason I even made my program. Like that's my self-hacking, is because if I sat here just to do abs like in the video, first of all, I wouldn't do it. Second of all, I would do it for like 30 seconds and then I'd start texting or do the dishes or something. Like I literally couldn't do it. So that's why we have socialization, you know, we help each other do stuff. And You know, buying stuff doesn't help. You know, there's so much marketing out there, and that's why the amazing healing modalities like even red light. I mean, it cures cancer. You can look up lymphoma and NIH studies. It it will make your brain so much better. Like, it will make you smarter, make your memory better. It makes you do better sports. But um, you know, other companies have so much more advertising, and we're very accustomed to just getting one pill to fix something. So that's why all these diet pills are so popular. My one friend, we were doing a belly dance show together, and she had to go home because she took too many diet pills, and she almost died, you know. And don't think she's lost 1 pound since then. She's gained it. So the thing is, those quick solutions that you get sold, like even buying a big treadmill. I mean, some people, the treadmill might work, but for 90% of the people, they're going to buy the treadmill and they're not going to use it. So if you are going to get an equipment, don't rely on the equipment in the commercial. Like, yeah, I'm going to be like that girl in the commercial. You know, I'm going to do that. Like, you need to think about other ways that you're going to be successful in your program. Like, so I helped my friend. She wasn't using her red light. So I went to her house. And because I was like, I'm going to troubleshoot it, you know, I'm going to help you so that you do it, because cat hair is not a good excuse for you laying on the floor and being depressed. She's both of those things. And the red light is amazing for both. And so I'm like, well, you know, I helped her hang it on the floor, but it was just the way her room was set up. You know, how are you going to do it so that you can do it every day? And she does prayers in the morning. I was like, okay, you can do every single day. When you're doing your prayers, you sit in front of the red light. And you do it every day. Like, that's the way to make a habit. You don't do it like 4 days a week or when you feel like it. It's the best if you do something every day. It's so much easier. And then if you miss days, that's fine. But in your brain, that's the time when you do that. So we kind of like adjusted the height so it was a little off the floor and she could sit on the floor. I think that she did stop doing it again. She probably put her fan, she had a fan in that room, she probably put it in front of the door. Like, sometimes it's things that simple. Like, there's a fan in front of the door, so I'm not sitting there and I'm not doing my red light. A lot of times it is the steps. Like, you got to reduce the steps to the minimum. That's why when people are selling stuff, it's a click, big click. Like, if you have to click and then go somewhere else and click, you're lost. Like, it's not gonna happen. You know, we all have so much going on that each extra step is too much. You know, it's an obstacle in the path. So just find ways to get rid of the steps. Like, for me, I literally created my program, and I do yoga too every day, 8 a.m. if you want to come. I literally created this program so I would do it myself. And that's my whole main goal. So if I make a lot of money or a little money, I'm good. If somebody shows up, I'm so happy, because that means that I did my own workout that day. And people do show up every day, so it's great. Everyone's been very successful. Everyone, and lots of people. My abs program went from like this to like this since Thanksgiving. So, and we all have a good laugh. Oh, that's my Roomba decided to come on. I think I'll sign off. But self-care is the best thing you can ever do, and just find a way to do it. Just, if you realize its value is that. Let me turn this thing up. Oh, that's ridiculous. What was I saying? Self-care. Yeah, it's invaluable. You know, I've made other videos last week about energy, because it's all about getting and keeping your energy. Everyone with chemical sensitivity that I know also has chronic fatigue. And I think chronic fatigue goes with almost every illness and depression, because you just don't have energy. It's like you're depleted. So the self-care is going to give you energy. And with that energy, you can do whatever you decide to do with it. You can make a lot of money or raise great kids or whatever you're going to do. You're going to be healthy. You're going to have more time. You're going to live longer. So really, it's very practical, even though it doesn't seem so at the time. So it's very counterculture to be like, even doing less. Like, okay, I mean, every day I strive not to work so hard. It's just ingrained. I live in Washington, D.C. It's just ingrained, even though I don't have to. You know, basically, I don't really have to. I work a lot of, you know, I just like to do stuff, and you know, so yeah, just find a way to motivate yourself. Take care of yourself. Do what it is you like. These are the things that I do. The things that you might do might be totally different. That's one last thing. One of the things about, you know, all these gurus out there is that they're like, do this and you're going to feel great. But that thing might not be for you. If you don't feel like doing it, don't. Like, you have a place inside that's like, yeah, I want to do that. Then do those things. There's other ones like, nah, I don't want to do that. You know, you can do exercise. You can go do HIT. You can do hardcore punching on your punching bag, or you can do very light yoga. You can do the easiest yoga. The yoga that I do is very easy. I got bit by a spider. You can go very easy. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is make a tiny bit of progress. You know, if you go like 1 millimeter in the right direction, that's great. That's healing. That's improvement. And then I say you go another inch, and then you realize, oh, I like this. I like that. I used to think I hated yoga, but maybe I just went to one yoga class and it was like, maybe it was either too hard or too easy. Maybe the teacher, I didn't like them. Maybe the space was too suffocating. I don't know, you know. Then I realized, you know what, it's not even any particular sport, or even I don't like to go to the gym, but it's like, I've been to every gym in my city. There's only one that I like. Happens to be the most expensive one. But, so I've been there for a little while. But, you know, but I would try. I would join all the other ones, but I wouldn't go. And I joined and it wouldn't go because for some reason I didn't enjoy being there. There wasn't enough motivation factor for me. So here's the main part. Just keep patting yourself on the back and don't be like, oh, look, I can never do anything right because I don't even go to the gym and I wasted all that money. Now I don't have any money and now I'm broke and I'm overweight. You know, like, try to not do that. And the way to not do that is by meditating and listening to a bunch of positive stuff all the time, which is what I do. Otherwise, if you're just being like a mainstream news television person, you're going to get so many messages that's like, you're not good enough, you're not good enough, you're not good enough, because, you know, a lot of ads, this and that. So, or you should be more perfect, or you do more stuff, or you could be more, I mean, it would be cool if we were all that stuff, but just like, go easy on yourself, pat yourself on the back for any little improvement, even if you did 1 minute of abs, you know, or even if you decided to buy yourself some organic bananas instead of the regular bananas, right? Everyone's in a different place and everyone has somewhere up to go. You just think about yourself and then like get to know, you know, what do you want? What do you like? And try different stuff. Stuff doesn't work. That's fine. You're going to find your healing path and your wellness and your happy path. And in doing that, you're going to live this like realized life. You know, you're going to find stuff. You're going to maybe find your career or whatever it is that you feel is missing out of your life. You might find it along the path, because that path takes you out of yourself and into other arenas and shows you that you could do stuff that you never thought you could do. All right, that's it. Have a great day. Ciao. Wait, sign up for my program. It's on the bottom. Come to my ads, only 8 minutes. And if you don't show up for like 3 days, I will shoot you a text and see how I can motivate you. And if you really need a lot of help, you can hire me for a motivational coach or wellness. But generally, it's included in the, if you just sign up for my ads. I'm pretty good at figuring out how to motivate people. Ciao.